January is finally upon us. We have the first horror film of the year, so let's talk about it. Hey everybody, my name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. Today I went and saw The Grudge, the reboot of a remake of a Japanese horror film. And before I went and saw the film, which I saw pretty early in the morning, I was a little bit tired. I went to Twitter and had a poll and asked you guys, do you think I would fall asleep during The Grudge? And the four options were yes, 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 and yes. And did I fall asleep? I did. A house is cursed by a vengeful ghost that dooms those who enter it with a violent death. I swore I've seen the Grudge movie before. I just sat down and watched the 2004 remake film of the Japanese horror film the other day, and I actually probably have never seen The Grudge before. It's a widely popular horror film from 2004 that spawned a few American sequels, and it has a bunch of Japanese horror movies. But when watching the 2004 film with Sarah Michelle Gellar, I realized I'd probably never seen The Grudge before. And while both films, this one and the 2004 one, have the same kind of structure, they're vastly different in many different ways. This 2020 Grudge film is completely boring. It's so generic with its scares, its characters, the story. All of it just is a snooze fest. This is such a boring film where you leave the theater and you're not satisfied with what you saw. All of the jump scares within the movie are very typical. You have the moments where someone smacks the window on the car, or you turn off the light and you see someone in the mirror, or where someone rushes towards you. It's things that we've seen done plenty of times, even in the Grudge films. And here they just feel too generic and predictable at times. You know what's going to happen certain moments within the film. When certain people turn down the lights in the bathroom, you know that there's probably going to be someone standing there going to haunt them. It's an unsatisfying, really generic horror film that left me really disappointed. I was kind of anticipating this movie just the other day watching the Grudge film. I was like, I want to go to the movies. It's the last Friday before my winter break is over. I have to go back to work. Let's go to the movies and try to enjoy myself. And it's just a really bad film. The only positive thing I would say about this movie is Lin Shaye, who was in the Insidious movies. She is really good in this movie. She's really disturbing at times. She lives within this house, and this house, the story just spans multiple years of people living within this house. Just like the Grudge film did, it has that same structure. So it starts off with a family that had lived there. Then you had this realtor played by John Cho who had come in and tried to help the family. And then it led to Lin Shaye and her husband living there. And then we have our current time where this person is investigating this house and everything is just connecting to the overall story of the movie. None of the storylines from the beginning to the end of the film are compelling at all. You don't care about any of the characters, any of the situations. And there's even at one point where one of the residents tries to defend the demons within the house and saying that after my wife passes, she will be able to live here freely. And I think it was just downright stupid. There's many times where I'm just like shaking my head about what is going on, what you are explaining about past demons and the people that are walking around the house, how you're going about explaining certain things. The writing for this film is just very poor. I expected maybe something a little bit different. The atmosphere is not as chilling as the original film. And the jump scares are really typical and predictable. Lin Shaye is like the only best thing about this movie, and that's still kind of a bit of a stretch. So before I give you my final thoughts and score on the new film, The Grudge, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification. Guys, we are almost at 6,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed along the way. I really do appreciate the support. it means a lot to me. So The Grudge, 2020 reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it, is unsatisfying. It's a really predictable, just boring film that is filled with not very compelling stories and just some very typical moments spread throughout. I don't know what I was expecting from this. The Grudge film from 2004 is not that great either. I am curious to go check out the second and third film from the Grudge franchise, but this one's not very good. I'm going to go ahead and give the 2020 Grudge a D. Thank you guys for checking my review for The Grudge. Stay tuned for more up-and-coming videos. My name is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.